Bob Mayer here with my book of the day, one of my more interesting books, Area 51 Invasion. While it's part of the Area 51 series, it actually could be read by itself, as the storyline is complete in and of itself. That's the cover of the book. And one of the tenets of the Area 51 series is our history has never been what we thought it was. I pretty much rewrite the entire history of mankind from before history to the present and on out into the future now that the book has gone out into 13 total books. The first book was written a long time ago, 1995, and I've been writing it ever since. One of the premises is that we're not alone in the universe, which we pretty much know we aren't. One of the keys, though, to the series is they already are here. They were here in prehistory, the aliens. They have a reason why they're here. But the interesting twist is they have an ancient enemy, the enemy of all living things in the universe. It's called the Swarm. And now it's coming back. A swarm battle cord has entered our solar system and is heading directly for Earth. That is the pending invasion. And this thing is big. 6,000 miles on the major axis, 4,000 miles on the minor axis. In the book, I describe why it looks like that with the surface like that, black and red. That's kind of an intriguing concept for a spaceship. They're basically the enemy of all intelligent species in the universe, and nobody quite knows why. They don't even know what the swarm is or what a reaping is because no one survives a reaping. So it comes into the heliosphere, into our solar system. I learned a lot about the solar system writing this book, how we're sort of protected from the world outside the solar system. Yes, that is Earth as seen from 4 billion miles away. So that's what it looks like as its scouts and warships come out checking the planets on the way into Earth. An interesting twist to this is it does pick up traces of an ancient, long ago civilization between Jupiter and Mars that's been destroyed, and that actually comes into play in a future book in the Area 51 series, and it's actually going to come into play in books I've yet to write, where I'm going to go back into prehistory and tell the history of that civilization. It enters our orbit eventually and destroys all defenses from orbit. But that's just the first stage of things. Then they send hundreds of warships down. These are huge warships. And they unleash what I call the worst nightmares of our darkest legends and shatter our memories. I'm kind of the belief like what H.P. Lovecraft came up with and things like that. Dragons, Naga, all those things come out of some sort of genetic memory. You know, I can't even pronounce Chultu. I don't know. I just write it. I don't pronounce it. Naga, Kraken, dragons, more. They all come out and they start just scarfing people up. They don't kill them. They're actually taking them prisoner to bring them back on board the battle core. Yeah, this is a good question. How to remember them? You know, why across civilizations do we have similar monsters, or have they been here before? That's if you don't believe in genetic memory, maybe it's because these legends have been passed down by word of mouth because mankind has experienced them before. But it isn't killing the people, it's taking them in thrall and then bringing them back up to the battle core. And what it does to them up there is even worse than if they'd killed the people. And now we loop back into the heroes from my Area 51 series, Major Turcotte, the hero of World War III, which is covered in earlier books, and the last of the undead, Nosferatu, which I cover in Area 51 Nosferatu, about the history where the undead come from and who they are. And of course, the future of humanity lies in a balance. How far do we have to go to survive? And I think the ending is a little bit different than most people might expect. I've written this series over 27 years, sold over 3 million copies. It's been number one on Amazon science fiction bestseller list a number of times. The screenplay is being shopped around for a streaming series. It was written by the developer of Alien and producer of Minority Report. So check out Area 51 Invasion. This is the cover of the original book that came out long ago under my pen name, Robert Doherty. I wrote under, I think, 6 pen names for a number of years before I pulled them all together under my own name. Here is the entire series. As you can see, it's not quite the last book, but it is the one book of the series I would say probably it, Nosferatu, and Legend can be read by themselves if you want to. And that's my background, and that is my website. If the QR code takes you to my website, and if you go to my fiction page, you'll find all these books with links to them. I hope you enjoy.